I'm a believer in stablecoin, a believer in blockchain.
If you go back 10 years, there was big tech, there was fintech, there was BNPL, there was the first wave of crypto, now stablecoins.
This could be perhaps the greatest revolution in financial technology since the birth of the internet itself.
When Wall Street and Washington agree on something, you pay attention. Stablecoins aren't just crypto coins. They're becoming a new force in global finance. So, what exactly are stablecoins? They're simply digital dollars. Crypto tokens designed to stay around $1, always. You send them like an email, they settle instantly. And they're backed one-to-one by real assets, usually short-term US Treasuries. The most popular stablecoins are Tether and Circle. The key idea is internet dollars that remove the need for a bank and can move anywhere in the world 24/7, instantaneously, with a cost that is less than a few pennies. And this isn't hypothetical. Businesses around the world are already accepting stablecoins.
The Singapore-China route has emerged as one of the busiest corridors for stablecoin flows in Asia. And why is that when China keeps a firm grip on its capital control and the ban on cryptocurrencies? For many Chinese companies dealing with cross-border businesses, they would set up entities in offshore cities like Hong Kong or Singapore, and they use these offshore entities to accept crypto payments from their global clients.
Because mainland China heavily restricts capital flows and bans crypto, companies bypass the system by accepting stablecoins through Hong Kong or Singapore. It's fast, legal offshore, and works globally. That's why the Singapore-China stablecoin corridor has become one of the busiest on Earth. Even mainstream brands are adopting.
And even the fashion brands are experimenting with stablecoins. Charles & Keith, a Singaporean fashion brand that creates collections of handbags and shoes, are allowing consumers to pay online and shop online using stablecoins. That's a move for the company to target global consumers who are digital savvy and sees crypto as part of their everyday life. The luxury hotel group Capella has also been allowing customers to book expensive stays using digital assets like USDT or USDC. The company sees it as a way to attract the high net worth individuals who value privacy, currency flexibility, convenience, and the higher upper limits on transaction values.
Hotels, fashion, global retail, stablecoins let them sell to anyone, anywhere, without forcing customers into a specific currency. Instead of wiring money cross-border, waiting days, paying $50 wire fees, they get paid instantly. This is why adoption is happening fast. But the real adoption story of stablecoins are those in emerging markets. It's the 3 billion underbanked people who are finding a place to store their funds.
Remember that Tether's story is not about trying to compete with if you think about USDT, we never tried to compete with JP Morgan in the United States. It didn't make any sense. We always tried to compete with, we actually trying to go and serve all the people that were not served by JP Morgan. So in a certain way, our kind of competitors are Western Unions and these remittances companies. But given the fact that they are charging super high fees, all the population living in emerging markets, in developing countries, we are talking about almost 30 billion people that are underbanked, are now or are in progress, are either now already or in progress to become USDT users. We have already 500 million users in the emerging markets in developing countries. And so our target is always, even when it comes to technology and new technology developments, is creating technology that serves the underserved.
That's the big unlock. Stablecoins are replacing Western Union at a fraction of the cost. In places like Argentina, inflation sits around 31% year over year. Local currency loses value constantly, so people convert money into stablecoins, digital dollars, to primarily protect savings, but also to pay bills and transact. A big use case is those working abroad and sending money home to family in nanoseconds at a fraction of the cost, all without having a US bank account. That's why Tether alone has 500 million users in developing regions. For many, stablecoins are not crypto, but rather banking. But how do stablecoin maintain that $1 peg? Here's the Tether CEO explaining just that.
So it's more than one-to-one at this point. What are you saying it is in terms of being backed by a dollar?
So USDT reserves are 104% collateralized. So we have around $6 billion more than the $155 billion in reserves that we need to hold as 100% of reserves of our stablecoin. Our market cap is $155 billion. So we keep $6 billion in excess equity within the stablecoin reserves. And on top of that, our company, our group, has another $15 billion that we keep in the company. So in total, the group equity is $20 billion more than the total market cap of USDT. Tether distributed less than 5% to its shareholders. We keep all the profits, well, the vast majority of the profits, 95% of the profits within the company. First of all, to further the stability of our products, as well as prove that there is a difference between us and traditional banking that does fractional reserves up to 90%.
Mostly treasuries. And are you a person that would say that it's a real factor in supporting the U.S. Treasury market?
Well, Tether in 2024 was the 5th largest purchaser of U.S. Treasuries. And if we were a country, right? I mean, we compare ourselves to countries now. And in overall, as an overall statistic, Tether is the 18th largest holder of U.S. Treasuries. We have around $125 billion in U.S. Treasuries. We are acquiring that portion of our reserves is increasing. You can check the latest attestations. Historically, it has been increasing. And we think it's the right way, is the right trajectory, is also in line with the Genius Act. So we are very excited to see, a stablecoin bill that provides clear guidance on that.
Yes, you heard that right. Tether holds more treasuries than most countries, more than Germany, South Korea, and Mexico. That level of global adoption makes things even more interesting. It's why lawmakers have published the Genius Act, which requires stablecoin issuers to hold U.S. treasuries to back the tokens. That translates to issuers buying more T-bills, resulting in higher demand for treasuries, and therefore lowering the borrowing cost for the U.S. government. So instead of relying on China or Japan to buy our debt, people around the world holding USDT and USDC may become the next major treasury buyers. To recap, stablecoins are the dollar going digital. The U.S. didn't have to build it or force anyone to adopt it. The market just did it, because it was better. The future of the dollar might not be printed by the Fed, but minted on a blockchain. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please drop a like and subscribe.